Hi everyone, and welcome to the Shrine of Anubis. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back and nice to see you again. For today's topic, there is no topic. It's a free-flowing type of video. I have been really thinking about what to speak and share with you for the week. I do know that we have been talking a little bit about death recently, and even though I have been wanting to stick to that theme, on the other hand, I'm like, I don't know. I just feel that there isn't really anything else for me to speak about in regards to this topic at the moment. So for today's video, I just want to talk about how Anubis can be a little bit of a troll. And if you're having doubts yourself about Anubis contacting you, how do you know? And I know that I shared this on the previous video, also titled the same way, how Anubis can contact you or something like that. Something I want to elaborate more on that point in this video today is that you will know. You will know Anubis is very loud, very clear. He can also be a little bit of a troll. And I do want to share an experience with you that I had this morning with him. So for the past couple of days, I have been dreaming of him where he has been trying to interact with me, contact me. And I don't know why there is so much light. I apologize for that. And I've been wondering to myself, what can I do to get information from him, how to contact him? I even have my gigantic scrunchie. It's that type of Sunday. I forgot to remove it. He's been trying to contact me for some reason to talk about something with me. I don't know what he wants to tell me. So I've been wondering to myself, what could be the message that he wants to share with me? And how can I communicate with him? Because I feel that meditation may not work because somehow I always end up horny instead of relaxed and focused. Does that make sense? This is why I don't bother meditating with his energy on the first place, because that always happens. Now, whether it's my fault or not, I'll never know, I guess. But because I'm a human being, and human beings, many of us love to blame others for what we do, I'll just blame him for it. But I digress. Going back to the main topic here, I do want to share that if you're a devotee of Anubis or any other deity, do know that they will troll you at some point. This doesn't necessarily mean that it's a trickster slash a spirit imposter that's on your ass. Usually the energy feels off. And I have seen some inquiries on previous videos, on comments from you guys where you have been sharing your concerns with me, that you're afraid that it could be a spirit imposter. Now, if you revisit my series, Intimacy with Anubis, there is a video on spirit imposters that I shared in there where I talk about how you can energetically feel who is whom and whether you're contacting Anubis or not. I believe, to be more specific, the title is When Anubis is Not Anubis, Spirit Imposters, or something like that. But it is within the Intimacy with Anubis series that I recently made. But all that aside, tricksters and spirit imposters aside, there's going to be a time, though, where your own deities are going to troll you just for fun, just to see your reaction, just to get a kick out of it. And Anubis apparently seems to be that way. Would you like to say something about that, my kind sir? My experience with him this past week is that I've been having him pop up in dreams. I don't know why. Again, he's not a very talkative person or deity. So it's a little bit of a guessing game, so to speak, with him. Sometimes he's not very direct with me and I have to guess what he's trying to tell me. So recently, this past week, it's been the same thing. He's reaching out to me on the dream states, not saying a word, letting me assume. You do know very well that when I assume, I'm making an ass out of you and me. So assumptions never really work, especially with deities. Usually I would do some clarification readings with the tarot or the oracle, depending on the mood, if I really want to tune in energetically deeper with the tarot or with the oracle, which is like more simpler, easier to understand because usually the messages are laid out in the cards. I don't really have to spend so much energy into tuning into the card. But it hasn't worked. For some reason, I have been blank with the cards. Nothing has shown up. And I'm like, I'm not even going to bother meditating because Anubis is not going to say anything. He's going to make me feel stuff, okay? And I don't have time for that right now. So now I understand why he was showing up. Because in today's dream experience with him, he was posing as a friend of mine, whom you guys might be aware of, whom you guys might know already, Hezekiah from Tome of the Scarab. If you guys haven't checked him out and his content on YouTube, he is also another Anubis devotee. And he is a fantastic psychic reader. And he does very specific readings. I saw on his TikTok the other day that he doesn't really do general readings. He prefers to do very specific readings because, again, you focus the energy on the matter. So when you open your energy like that for a general reading, there is a lot of clutter, if that makes any sense. So check out Tome of the Scarab on YouTube for some excellent videos, as well on his TikTok, I believe by the same title as well. So Anubis was posing as Hezekiah, and I was having a conversation with him on the phone, which is crazy because we text each other. And in the dream, Hazi is sharing with me that I need a protection amulet. And so I'm responding to him, but I already have my Anubis amulet that I'm always wearing for every single day, except for whenever I take a shower and stuff. And he's like, no, you need an amulet of protection. And I'm like, okay, is there something that I need to get or something that I need to obtain? And so he was like, no, all I need from you is a panty. And I'm like, wait a second, a panty from me? Why? And he was like, because I need to use it for the amulet of protection. And I'm like, that makes absolutely no sense. Wait a second. And then it clicked. And I'm like, Anubis. And he was like, yes. I was like, God damn it. How dare you trick me this way? Because he was trying to sneak into the dream in a way that would not intimidate me. And so he was disguising his energy as my friend Hezi's energy. But that keyword of my underwear, that's when he gave himself away. So whether he did it as a surprise, like, surprise, I'm in your dream again, you're not listening to me, I don't know. Or if it was simply a way to troll me, I don't know either. But regardless, it was so funny in the dream that I just woke up laughing. Like, it was so funny and cute at the same time. It's like, how dare you pose as my friend? This is why I have trust issues with every single one of you and humanity because of this. But now I understand what he wanted to tell me. So, I know this is a tricky situation for some of you out there because there are spirit imposters that do pose as family members only to attack you energetically. But then there are others, like your deities, for example, that might pose as family members or friends to approach you in a way that's not intimidating for you. This is why it's so important that you become intuitive, and why I persist and insist on you practicing and developing your intuition and clairvoyance or any other psychic skill that you feel you excel at, because this will help you with distinguishing the energies between a spirit imposter and a real deal like Anubis or any other deity or entity that you might work with that might pose as a family member or friend to not scare the poop out of you. So yeah, this is why in some videos I am vague with certain responses, because I want you to use your intuition and to feel which outcome is best or which option is best. So you might notice some vagueness with some questions and answers that I give in some videos, because I do it with the purpose of making you think for yourself and feel by yourself through your own heart. I'm not a fan of telling people what to do and how. I like to guide people, but give them the option to choose. And so when it comes to spirit imposters and a real deal posing as family members or friends to not scare you, it's very important that you know how to distinguish the energy between Anubis's energy and somebody else that just doesn't feel right. Because you might dream of Anubis, but you might feel that something is off, and you could be very well damn right, and that might not even be Anubis himself. And this is something that I do elaborate more on my Intimacy with Anubis series, which it'll be very easy to find because the title is very straight to the point in regards to spirit imposters and when Anubis is not Anubis, and how to work your way around that. Now, this is something that I can't do for you, though. This is something that you have to do yourself. But I wanted to bring this interesting, random video that has nothing to do with the previous two. I feel it's because of his orders. Because usually I tune into his energy to see what topics or subjects come through. Usually I get hints of talk about death and the fear of death, or talk about fearing change, which was what I was going to talk about today. But I was like, you know what? It doesn't fit. It doesn't make sense. I don't feel energetically connected with that topic. I am too distracted with Anubis trolling me this morning in my dreams after popping up 2 more times previously in the past 3-4 days. So there is definitely something that he does want to talk about with me. And I don't think it's just about something amulet of protection. I feel that there is something more into this that he wants to get into detail. He just gave me a little sneak peek as to what he wants to talk about with me. So there has to be something more happening behind the scenes that I don't know about, that he wants me to be more aware of. So he decided to give me a very tiny little hint so that I can be prepared for what he's about to share with me, whatever that might be. Hopefully it's not a narcissist that wants to kill me. I'm kidding. That guy is not from America. I'm fine. Don't worry. But just know that Anubis is not someone to talk a lot, although he might be different with you. Most definitely. Same DT may not behave the same way with every one of us. With me, he's not too talkative, but when he starts to show up, I really have to pay attention, which is why I'm concerned why he has been around recently. With this trolling today, I don't think it's that serious. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. But I do want you to know, though, that yes, your deities will troll you at some point. And as long as you know how to distinguish the energy of the deity, that you know it's them, you will not be fooled by spirit imposters. But do remember that they do have a sense of humor, and they will find a way to, at some point, to target you and bring up something fun or funny to make you laugh or to de-stress from everything that has been happening. It's interesting to notice a contrast between today and 2 days ago when he suddenly gave me an orgasm in the middle of my sleep, and today I'm trolled by him posing as a friend of mine, and I'm like, whoa, excuse me, sir. I've had enough. I've had enough trolling. So I'm not too concerned about it. I know everything is well or will be well, but do know that he will troll you. He might be all serious business at first. And trust me, he is. He is. I'm not underestimating that part of him. But he also is laid back at times, like right now. In the first stream, he was very serious. And the second one, he was a little bit, oh, come in here. Let me give you a little something, something. And today, he's just asking for a panty. So the energy is very fluid, very, very, I guess fluid is the word for it. It has been flowing a lot recently. There is no consistency of seriousness. So whatever it is that he wants to tell me besides just an amulet of protection, quote unquote, there is obviously something more into his whole message, but it can't be so serious because he would have been serious. He would have given me that stern energy and that facial expression, so to speak, when something is wrong, when there is something that's not working, when something requires attention. He hasn't. So I'm sure that as you continue to work with him, you will start to learn more about how he is and how he behaves and how it's like. But I do want to know that if you have been I do want you to know that if you have been experiencing Anubis in a playful way, that you shouldn't really concern yourself about it. Because some people are like, but shouldn't Anubis be serious all the time? Because, you know, he's like the god of judgment and things like that. And I'm like, no, they're not that strict or limited. Remember, they are energetic beings. They are even more limitless than we already are as human beings. So there is no reason for a deity to just feel one emotion for the rest of eternity. It makes no sense at all whatsoever. I am sure that they are able to express themselves even in a wider variety of ways than we are currently able to. So you will experience different sides from Anubis at different points. And even then, there might be a serious moment or situation where he might just crack a joke or a pun. It has happened to me. And sometimes he does that to break the tension and the stress that is bubbling up inside my system. Because remember, stress is unhealthy for the system. It destabilizes you from being in your center and being in the present moment. I know some situations are inevitable to stress over. However, it's very important that you learn to control that negative expression. Not by repressing it, suppressing it, stuffing it to the side, but by acknowledging it and thanking it for wanting to protect you, because it's a protective mechanism from the human self. But at the same time, besides thanking it, let it know that everything will be fine, because you will take action by figuring out the steps that you need to take in order to bring the situation to a resolution, if that makes sense. Now, I'm not a qualified life coach here, so I can't really say much about it, but that is something I've been trying to tell myself recently, especially with midterms, since I returned to uni early May. It's been very stressful to catch up with 3 weeks worth of a project in a weekend, and I have not been able to do so, and now it's going to be due. Now I only have less than a week to catch up with all these past weeks of work due to other things I have had within that class and outside in my real life. So it's very important to keep your mind in check. By keeping your mind in check, you will also be clear energetically so that you can learn to distinguish his energy from that of a spirit imposter, so that you can know when you're getting trolled by a trickster or Anubis being a butt. And I say it with all the love in the world and respect for him that I have. But yes, in a nutshell, you're going to be trolled hopefully in a good way, by a genuine source and not a spirit imposter, but very important that you learn how to distinguish energies between both. For that, I want you to take a look at my intimacy with Anubis, spirit imposters, when Anubis isn't Anubis. I believe it's how it's titled. My titles are so long. But I have seen some inquiries in my comments on previous recent videos that I have made, and I do want you guys to be aware that I have made a video in regards to that. But as always, if you guys want me to elaborate more on one of the points within that series or pretty much any other videos, maybe if you want me to revisit some older content from like a year ago or something when I started the channel, let me know down below in the comments section. Again, I'm always open to your feedback. And I have been reading some comments, and there are some things that I might address as well already that I have in mind on future videos. So don't hesitate in letting me know what you think. And if this video sparks up any questions for you, again, let me know in the comments section. I am dying, get it, to get your feedback. As always, I read all the comments. I'm not usually able to respond to every single one of them, but I do love to read what you guys have to say. I have been shared incredible stories of your personal experiences with your own deities, and that is always exciting. I love to know more about your personal connections with your deities and how you live your life with them. Because there are so many different people from so many different parts of the world with so many different cultures and belief systems that it's always fun to listen to people who have a Buddhist path or a Satanist path or a mixed Christian with Wiccan path. It's always interesting to see all of your different points of view. It's what makes you beautiful, special, and unique on a world that insists on taking your true essence away. So I want to thank you for sharing your experiences with me in the comments section. I always welcome you guys into expressing your hearts and giving me a little peek into your life and how it's like with your own experiences and deities. With that said, I'll let you go now so that you can do your thing. Before I let you go, though, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click on the bell button, and click on see all so that you can get all the notifications of any future uploads that I'll be making on this channel. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.